Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee. This is a show where we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, SlimDayspring12. And of course, head on over to the Facebook group where I post stories and we can discuss all the things geek. All right, guys. Today I am joined by the Mistress of Mandalore herself, Miss Lisa Locke McGahee. So, of course, we're talking Star Wars. Today, the newest trailer for the new animated series, Maul Shadow Lord, was premiered. So we got a more look at what Maul's up to post-Clone Wars, pre-Rebels, pre-Solo, kind of where we saw him at. He's running around causing trouble for the Empire. Looks like he's got himself kind of a new apprentice. Very interesting. Lisa, what are your initial thoughts on this trailer?
I mean, my initial thoughts is that it looks cool as hell. I think it looks real cool. I mean, I think the animation looks awesome. I think the action looks like it's going to be really good. I mean, I think there's enough intrigue, like from the trailer, that you don't really know what you're going to get exactly, but enough. Like, I'm curious.
Right, yeah. And I like that kind of the story they're going, because, you know, when you get a movie or a show that kind of focuses on a villain, sometimes they try to make the villain sympathetic.
Oh, no.
I just hope they're not going to do that with Maul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, knowing what we know about Maul and who he is, it seems, especially from this trailer, this new character, I don't know what her name is. She looks like a former Padawan or youngling who, you know, survived Order 66. And Maul's probably going to try to pick her up and use her just like he tried to do with Ahsoka, like he tries to do with Ezra. You know, he needs a weapon, as he says in the trailer. And I think she'll probably be our point of view character in all of this and how she sees Maul, how she goes along adventures with Maul. But again, I just don't want them to. I don't believe they have any intention of making Maul a sympathetic character, really. But I think that's what the other character is going to be there for. Everyone there is kind of surrounding him and then kind of seeing more. They're going to be more the good guys, I guess, or the ones that we can relate to versus Maul. Now, looks like he's scrapping it up with some Inquisitors. And it'll be curious to see, because, you know, we recognize those Inquisitors. The very first one in the white mask was the one that Ahsoka killed in Tales of the Jedi. And then the other one we get where they're fighting him on the train looks like one of the ones that we saw in the episode of Rebels. Like Maul eventually kills them or whatever in that episode, but it looks like him. Maybe some more. They keep on coming up with more Inquisitors, I feel like, just to like.
There are a lot of Inquisitors. If you had read The Curse of the Red Blade.
I did read it, yes.
Okay, that book shows you exactly how the Inquisitors came about.
It seems like they keep making more and more. For more of the books and more of the series they come out with, they keep making more of them. Because, like, the reason being, like, yeah, Maul's going to fight these Inquisitors, but I know how these Inquisitors die. So it's like, well, Maul's not going to kill him, you know? So they have to make some more Inquisitors for Maul to kill in this one.
Well, based on that other book, there's a ton of Inquisitors, like a ton. There's like a whole, like, academy for them. They basically go through and they're recruiting. That's what that book is about. I mean, it's part of what that book is about. Where they're like, where Vader is creating this Inquisitor like army.
Yeah,
it isn't. I know in the thing they know there's the seventh sister and whatever. I mean, I think the numbering system isn't necessarily like first one to seventh one. That isn't how they do it. But there are. I think there are a ton of Inquisitors, and they get them by recruiting people like her. Who are disenfranchised, who were former Jedis, who maybe didn't believe the line the Jedi had been feeding them all those years, who maybe weren't exactly with the it crowd of the Jedi, and now with the Jedi being gone, these people are left, and some of them looking for a place to belong, buy into to Vader and the Empire's bullshit, and then become Inquisitors. So I mean, I think I don't know that there's going to be any kind of line about. With like these Jedi that have been found, that he's working with, if there's going to be anything about like them trying to recruit them to be Inquisitors, or if it's just going to be them against the Empire.
I think it's going to be things like Maul probably finds her and picks her up because he knows that if he doesn't like get her, that Vader and the Inquisitors are going to pick her up. You know, like, hey, if I don't get you on my side, you're going to be hunting me down like the rest of the Inquisitors. You know,
and he just wants anybody with force powers on his side. I don't. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's going to be any kind of redeeming him. There is nothing in any of these that have tried to redeem. I think Maul is an irredeemable character.
Well, he's evil. He's totally out for himself. He's out for Maul. So, like, even if anything goes down or whatever in the series, he's going to be looking out for himself. Even with this new character, if they do form some kind of attachment, I eventually wait for Maul to, throw her aside when it suits him.
Oh, I don't think it'll take long at all. I don't think there will be an attachment.
No,
he does not attach.
Not
to
by
people.
him, of course.
Yeah, he does not attach to people. It's always for himself. It's all about revenge. That's what the trailer makes that very clear. All he is trying to do is get back at the Emperor for what the Emperor did to him. Right. It has nothing to do with bonds or connection, or he's just looking for people to help him.
Yeah, kind of going along with that. He wants revenge for killing his brother. Like, the only attachment he ever had was his brother, Savage Opress. So I think that, again, when he says revenge against the Emperor, I think that's one of the things he wants revenge for, is for the Emperor killing his brother and all that, too. We did see some more of his own species, some of the...
the Night Brothers.
Night Brothers, that are in there, too. I saw some that they're starting to put out the Funko Pops of these, and I saw some of them at a box lunch the other day. I almost got you the Maul one.
All right. Is it different than the one I have?
It's different. Yeah, it's different. Oh. It looks like Maul, of course, but it's still a little different. So I thought about picking that up for you. What else do we see in this trailer? Really, just like I said, it's just a bunch of fighting. Going to be a lot of lightsaber action, which looks cool. Again, I am hopeful with this. It's still, going along the whole frame of Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, all quality Star Wars. You got Sam Witwer back as the voice and executive producing it. Again, the same group that was behind those other animated shows. I believe they're behind this as well, too. So it's just, again, it's one of those things. I don't understand people who don't get on board with this animated stuff. I don't understand. It's some of the best Star Wars. Yeah. This looks like it's going to be right in that, or in that category. It just looks really cool. At the end there, when he slices apart the walker.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was pretty cool. We'll see what kind of cool action sequences we get. I'm curious how long this show is going to last, though. Like, how many seasons do you think you could do a show like this?
Oh, I don't know. Is it intended to be that way, or is it supposed to be like limited series?
I don't know. I can't remember, actually. I don't know if it's going to be limited series, because it seems like the animated shows are getting shorter and shorter, because Rebels was 4 seasons. Bad Batch was 2 or 3 seasons?
3, I think.
3 seasons. Resistance got 2 seasons. So,
well, it's because all those stories are taking place in a very defined period of time. There's only so many stories you can tell in that period of time. Because I feel like one of the complaints that's going to come up, that always comes up with this kind of stuff, is, where do all these Jedis keep coming from? I thought Order 66 killed all the Jedis. That's always what you hear. But I think it's unrealistic to think that only Obi-Wan and Yoda survived. They were the only Jedi that had that ability.
Jedi,
exactly. And they were all over the galaxy. So I think it's absolutely reasonable that there were other Jedi that escaped, that were able to fight their way from the clones, and who have been in hiding. Oh shit, that's my phone. Sorry. But yeah, I think it's totally reasonable, but still along the same lines. It is a very defined period of time, and you're only going to be able to tell so many stories in there, and I do think that's why the series are getting smaller and smaller, because the longer you make them and the more you do, the more you leave yourself open to retconning something. But I think one of the things I'm excited about most for the show, which you touched on, I think the fact that Sam Witwer is actually just behind the show a little bit on the creative side, that really gives me the most hope, because he's a freaking super fan. Yeah. So he isn't just a passing person who wanted to be in a Star Wars. He is a super fan. Yeah. And he knows the canon, he knows the lore, he knows what it's about. And I think that because he has a part in this creation of the show, and I would imagine in the storylines for the show, I think he's going to do it. I think he'll do it justice. I think he'll give us a really good story that lets Maul really kind of like to really develop him, because they did, we haven't really had anything that's been just about Maul.
Right.
Like he had his storylines through the Clone Wars. He had his storylines in Rebels, but he had bits and pieces pop up here and there, in Solo and whatever. But like we haven't really had like a Maul centric
Senator,
yeah. And so I think there's a lot of potential cool stories to tell.
Yeah, especially this time period, especially with because you kind of touched on, where it's like, as far as who survived Order 66, well, we saw from a lot of stuff like animated series, video games, books, a lot of the Padawans survive because their masters protected them. And then of course they become kind of lost as far as what they do, and some of them do get picked up as Inquisitors.
Yeah.
Some of them do get hunted down.
Well, and because if it was a Padawan, they were at different stages in their training. So some of them are going to be more
susceptible,
more capable, more able to live on their own. That's one of the things I like so much about A New Dawn, which I know I've said how much I love that book, but just kind of seeing Kanan have to kind of figure out what to do, because he was just a kid. He was just a Padawan. Like he had obviously been training as a Jedi since he was a baby, but you think about how long it takes them to get to the point where they're actually considered Jedis, and he was nowhere close to that.
Right.
So I think finding all these young Jedis, it definitely makes, I think, for Vader and forming his Inquisitor squad easy, because they are still at a point in their lives where they're very impressionable.
Yeah, and they're not fully trained.
Trained. Yeah, exactly.
I agree. Yeah, definitely. I wonder, for you, aside from this one character we see in the trailer, how many other young Jedi or whatever we're gonna see or pick up along the way. That'd be really cool. So, but yeah, the trailer looks good. Comes out April 6th, so we got less than a month to wait. I believe, if I looked at the right schedule, they're going to do it to where the last episode's on May the 4th. So it'll do I think they're going to do 2 episodes a week if they have to, or something like that. And the last one's going to be on May the 4th. So that'll be a nice little way to celebrate. But hopefully the series is good. Fireback guys, let us know what you think about Maul Shadow Lord. Are you excited for it? If you're not excited for it, please tell us why, and we will tell you why you should.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't even want to hear it if you're not excited for it, because I don't know how we could watch that same trailer and you not be excited for it. It looks freaking badass.
All right, guys, that is going to be it for us today. Of course, Fireback on the Facebook group. Until next time, may the Force be with us all.